leaving the band, literally, it was a day we got off of a tour. I think, if not like pretty close. And we had written a couple of songs kind of in between tour. One particularly, I can't remember the name of that fucking song. It was badass though. It was great. I think Ethan still has it somewhere, but anyways, great song. So we kind of like, we're gearing up for, there's more to come. Like we are now at the point where we're going to have to record another album and more tours and things like that. But like none of that was, I feel like, involved in the city. I don't think they were the city songs. So we played that one song on like a couple of shows on that last tour through at the end of the set. Well received, but I don't think it was ultimately put on the city album that I know of. So,
okay. So then you end up leaving the band, and the band kind of like kept on going. But I mean, as people are mostly aware, if you're listening to this already, there was, I guess, like a very long period between kind of a release and then a release that didn't happen. But you kind of went in and out of the band throughout kind of that process, right? Or was it just?
Yeah. As far as I know, I was approached to kind of come back and do the album. Would I be interested in doing the album? And I was like, fuck yeah, let's do it. You know what? It's been a long time. Like, I think at the time it was before I started doing hair. So like I hadn't really gotten to that part of my life. So like, I was like, let's go ahead and give it a shot. Maybe we can go back on tour and do this whole thing. Like I was ready to give it another chance. And man, I'm not exactly sure about the timing. It was later on. It was probably maybe 2015 or 16. I don't remember. I went down to Atlanta. Nija was recording down there. We had the whole band together. We did like a live stream on Facebook or whatever. It was a lot of fun. Just kind of, it felt like we hit kind of that stride like we did before. We recorded the Devouring Storm single, which was a lot of fun. I actually really enjoyed that. It was a really good writing process. Well, I didn't write any of it. It was a good recording process. And, Nija's a fucking genius with music, man. Like he writes some great stuff. And so does Ethan, man. He was, I'm sure, right up in there. But I recorded that. Had to come back to Knoxville. And then I just never really heard much more about it, honestly. Like I had no, like, I assumed, I saw at some point that he went with another vocalist and was recording more with another vocalist. And I was like, cool. I just want the band to keep going. Right. Like I would love for that to happen. I know the city he had garnered a bunch of, like attention and had, all that stuff going. So I was like, fucking send it, bro. Like I'm rooting for you. You know what I mean? But I didn't really have anything to do with it. I didn't know anything about it. Actually, that's the funny thing is that I've still never heard any of it. So other than like the Devouring Storm that we recorded. So I have no idea. I hate to be that guy. I was thinking about it. I keep seeing these questions on the, on the posts and everything. It's like, oh, everyone's going to ask about the city. I'm going to feel bad. But I honestly, if you'd have to ask Nija, he'd probably be the one to ask. I have no idea.
I mean, you don't gotta feel.
I don't know.
I mean, you know what you know, right?
Yeah.
I'm posing the question because the people are also asking. Yeah. I'm selfishly curious as well to kind of.
Dude, me too.
I guess how all of that went down, but
me too.
It's just. Yeah. I don't know. It's one of those weird scenarios. I think like a lot of people kind of felt, I guess mostly just burned because of there were like GoFundMes and stuff, right? And then ultimately nothing really came out of it. But the confusing thing to me, and this is goes back to our conversation from earlier. The album exists. It's just not.
Apparently, I found that out today. It does. I had no idea. I do now. I've learned that today. So,
so,
but
it's just, yeah,
it's a, I don't know. I hate it. I hate it. And I feel bad because like that band was like a child for me. You know what I mean? Like we were just a bunch of kids in a fucking attic writing music and being pissed and learning to grow up and, living the musical life and doing some things that nobody else had ever done in our town and just being really proud of there was a lot of pride for that band. And like, I can't begin to tell you how much the people who listen to that mean to me. The fans that were there at all those fucking shows, that bought our t-shirts, that, we talked about how much t-shirts are reselling for on like Depop or whatever. Like, like I saw a guy told me that somebody sold one of our hoodies for like $175. And I told Dom, I was like, dude, I gave one of those fucking things away for a hot dog in California. I really did. I really did. So, so I got slighted too, man. All right. Where's my $175, dog? No, I'm just kidding. But like, yeah, no, I hate it because of how much love these people have had for the band and want the music to come out. And I have a lot of respect for that. And I wish I could deliver it, but I'm not the guy, unfortunately.